My name is Natalie. I'm 28 years old. My life wasn't glamorous, but it was honest. I worked as a cashier at a grocery store. Yeah, I know. Not the dream job everyone talks about. But you know what? I paid my bills. I took care of myself. I didn't ask anyone for money. My family, they saw things differently. My older sister Veronica was a corporate lawyer. Big firm, big salary, designer everything. She made sure everyone knew how successful she was. My younger brother David was a software engineer. He worked for some tech company, made good money, drove a fancy car. And then there was me, the cashier, the disappointment. My mum never said it directly, but I could feel it. Every time we talked, she'd ask about Veronica's latest case or David's new project. When it came to me, she'd just say, "Oh, that's nice, dear," and change the subject. It hurt, but I learned to live with it. Then came Mom's 60th birthday party. She wanted something big, something special. She invited the whole family, cousins, aunts, uncles, family friends, about 50 people. I was actually excited. I thought maybe this could be a good day. Maybe for once, I could just be part of the family without feeling like the black sheep. I saved up from my paycheck and bought Mom a beautiful silk scarf. It was expensive for me, but I wanted to show her I cared. I wanted to make her happy. I got dressed in my best outfit. Nothing fancy, but clean and nice. I did my makeup. I felt good about myself. When I arrived at the venue, it was already crowded. Music was playing. People were laughing and drinking. I walked in with my gift, looking for Mom. That's when I saw Veronica. She was standing near the entrance, talking to some cousins. She was wearing this stunning red dress, jewelry sparkling, hair perfect. She saw me and her eyes went up and down, scanning my outfit. Then she said it, loud enough for everyone nearby to hear. "Oh, look, the cashier is here." People turned. Some smiled, some laughed. My face got hot, but I tried to smile. Maybe she was just joking, right? I walked toward her. "Hey, Veronica, you look nice." She smirked. "Thanks. I just came from a client dinner. Didn't have time to change into something more casual." The way she said casual while looking at my clothes, it was clear what she meant. I ignored it. I moved past her, looking for Mom. I found her in the center of the room, surrounded by guests. She was laughing, holding a glass of wine. She looked happy. I approached her. "Happy birthday, Mom." She turned and looked at me. Her smile faded, just a little. Just enough for me to notice. "Oh, Natalie, you made it." "Of course I made it. It's your birthday." I handed her the gift. "I got you something. I hope you like it." She took it without much enthusiasm. "Thank you, dear. Just put it with the other gifts over there." She didn't even open it. She just pointed to a table and turned back to her guests. I stood there for a moment, invisible. Then David walked up. He had this smug look on his face. "Hey, Nat. Still scanning groceries?" "It's a job, David." "Yeah, I guess someone's got to do it." He laughed and walked away. I felt small. Really small. I went to get something to drink. Maybe some water would help me feel less awful. That's when things got worse. Mom called everyone to gather around. She wanted to make a speech. "Thank you all for coming to celebrate with me," she said, raising her glass. "I'm so blessed to have such a wonderful family." She started talking about Veronica, how proud she was, how accomplished she'd become. Then she talked about David, his achievements, his success. I waited for my name. She moved on to thanking other relatives. My name never came. I felt sick. Then she said something that made everything worse. "Before we eat, I need someone to help serve drinks to our guests." "Natalie, sweetheart, you can do that, right? I mean, you work in service anyway. You're used to it." The room went quiet for a second. Then people started laughing. Not mean laughter, but that awkward kind when someone makes a joke that's not really funny but everyone feels obligated to react. I stood there, frozen. Veronica grinned. "Mom's right, Natalie. You have experience with this. It'll be easy for you. David added. Yeah. At least you'll be useful at the party. More laughter. Mom smiled like she'd said something clever. I felt tears building up, but I refused to cry in front of them. I looked at Mom, really looked at her, waiting for her to say she was joking, waiting for her to defend me. She didn't. She just turned to talk to someone else. That's when I realized something. They didn't respect me. They never had. Before I tell you what I did next, hit subscribe and like this video. Because what happened after this moment changed everything, and my family's faces when they realized what I'd done. Absolutely priceless. I didn't serve drinks. I didn't help in the kitchen. I walked straight out of that party. I didn't say goodbye. I didn't make a scene. I just left. I sat in my car and cried. I cried hard. All the years of feeling less than, all the comments, all the looks, it all came out. But then something shifted inside me. I wiped my tears. I looked at myself in the mirror, and I made a decision. I wasn't going to let them make me feel worthless anymore. I was going to prove them wrong. Not for them, for me. I went home that night and started planning. See, here's something my family didn't know about me. I wasn't just a cashier. I had a side project. For the past 2 years, I'd been learning graphic design online, free courses, YouTube tutorials. Practice every single night after work. I'd started doing small freelance jobs, logos, social media graphics. Nothing huge, but I was building a portfolio. I was good at it, really good, but I never told my family because I knew they'd just dismiss it, call it a hobby, tell me to focus on getting a real job. So I kept it quiet. But now I was going to go all in. I quit my cashier job the next week. My manager was surprised. Are you sure, Natalie? You're one of our best. I'm sure. It's time for me to try something new. I used my savings and invested in better design software. I built a proper website. I reached out to small businesses. The first month was hard, really hard. I barely made any money, but I didn't give up. I took every project I could get. I worked late nights, early mornings. I learned. I improved. By month 3, I was getting better clients. Month 6, I was making the same amount I made at the grocery store. By month 9, I was making double. I didn't tell my family any of this. Mom would call occasionally. The conversations were always short. How's work? It's good. Still at the store? No, I'm doing something different now. Oh, that's nice. She never asked what. She didn't care. Veronica and David never called at all. Fine by me. I kept working, kept building. A year after that birthday party, I got a call from a big client. A startup company needed a complete brand identity. Logo, website design, marketing materials, everything. It was the biggest project I'd ever been offered. The pay? 3,000,000. I couldn't believe it. I said yes immediately. I worked on that project for 2 months. Poured everything into it. When I delivered the final designs, the client loved them. Absolutely loved them. They paid me in full and left me a glowing review. That review changed everything. More clients came. Bigger projects. Better pay. Within 6 months, I was making 6 figures. 6 figures. Me. The cashier. The disappointment. I moved into a beautiful apartment. I bought myself nice things. I traveled. But I still didn't tell my family. Then Mom's 61st birthday came around. She called me. Natalie, I'm having a small dinner. Just family. I'd like you to come. I thought about saying no. But honestly, I wanted to go. Not to reconnect. Not to make peace. I wanted them to see. I showed up to that dinner in a designer dress. Hair professionally done. Confidence radiating. When I walked in, Veronica's jaw literally dropped. Natalie, Is that you? Hey, Veronica. Mom stared at me. You look different. Thanks, Mom. David was there too. He looked confused. What's going on? Did you marry rich or something? I smiled. No, I'm just doing well. We sat down for dinner. The whole time, they kept glancing at me, whispering to each other. Finally, Veronica asked, So what are you doing now? Still at the grocery store? No, I run my own graphic design business. Silence. You what? Mom said. I'm a graphic designer. I work with clients all over the country. I've been doing it for almost 2 years now. David laughed. Come on. How much can you really make doing that? I pulled out my phone. I showed them a screenshot of my last month's income. Their faces went pale. That's not possible, Veronica said. It's very possible. I worked for it. Mom looked uncomfortable. Why didn't you tell us? I looked at her. Really looked at her. Because you never asked. You never cared about what I was doing. You just assumed I was still scanning groceries and left it at that. The table went quiet. Natalie, that's not fair, Mum said softly. Isn't it? At your 60th birthday, you humiliated me in front of the entire family. You told me to serve drinks because I was used to service. You laughed at me. Veronica looked down. David shifted in his seat. I didn't mean it like that, Mom said. Yes, you did. You all did. You made me feel worthless. Like I didn't matter because I wasn't a lawyer or an engineer. You didn't even mention me in your speech, Mom. Not once. Tears formed in Mom's eyes. I'm sorry. I don't need your apology. I just need you to understand something. Success isn't just about titles. It's not about fancy degrees or corporate jobs. I built something from nothing. I taught myself. I worked hard, and I'm proud of what I've done. Veronica spoke up, her voice small. You're right. We were awful to you. I was awful to you. I'm sorry, Natalie. David nodded. I'm sorry too. I was a jerk. Mom reached for my hand. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. I was wrong. I should have supported you. I should have been proud of you no matter what job you had. You're my daughter. And I failed you. She was crying now. Real tears. I was so caught up in what looked good to other people. I cared more about bragging rights than about your happiness. I'm ashamed of myself. I felt my own tears coming, but I held them back. I just wanted you to be proud of me, Mom. That's all I ever wanted. I am proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Not because of your business or your money. Because you're strong. You didn't give up, even when we treated you terribly. You're incredible. We sat there in silence for a moment. Then something unexpected happened. I forgave them. Not because they deserved it right away, but because holding on to anger was exhausting. I appreciate the apology, I said. But things need to change. Real change. They all nodded. I'm not asking you to treat me special. Just treat me like I matter, like I'm part of this family. You are part of this family, Mom said. And from now on, I'll make sure you know it. The dinner continued, but it was different. They asked me real questions. About my work, my life, my dreams. They listened. Actually listened. It wasn't perfect. Trust doesn't rebuild overnight. But it was a start. Over the next few months, things slowly got better. Mom called more often. Veronica and I started having coffee sometimes. David and I talked about work. They made an effort, a real effort. And I let them. Because at the end of the day, they were still my family. But I never forgot what happened. I never forgot how they made me feel. And I never let anyone make me feel that way again. My business kept growing. I hired a small team. We took on bigger clients. I was living a life I'd only dreamed about. But the best part? The best part wasn't the money or the success. It was proving to myself that I was worth something, that my work mattered, that I mattered. Mom still talks about that birthday party sometimes. She says it's her biggest regret. I wish I could take it back, she told me recently. You can't, I said. But you can do better moving forward. And she has. They all have. But I learned something important through all of this. You don't need anyone's approval to be successful. You don't need anyone's permission to chase your dreams. The only person who needs to believe in you is you. And once you believe in yourself, everything changes. My name is Natalie. I'm 28 years old. I'm a graphic designer. I'm a business owner. I'm successful. But most importantly, I'm proud of myself. And that's worth more than any title or paycheck ever could be.